Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every Tuesday. I also share an extra monthly video or Zoom call with my patrons. If you're interested in finding out about supporting me over there, that link is down in the description. Today's video is a really fun one for me. It is going through every notebook or journal, however you want to term them, that I have used for my daily lists over the years, and talking about each one, the paper in each one, the paper weight, the feel of the paper, how many pages are in each one, the prices, what I like or don't like about each one. As you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I have used a daily just notebook or journal for my daily planner for quite a while now. And it's actually been something that I've used off and on in my life. So it's not like something new. But I have gone in and out of, I did go through a phase of using Emily Lay Daily Planner for a couple years, but then I went back to my notebook method and I just love it right now. It just fits my life perfectly. And we'll talk a little bit more about why it fits me better than a daily planner right now. When we get into each notebook, you'll see as I'm telling what I like about each one. Just some of the main reasons why I like using a notebook or journal instead of a daily planner is the small, compact size. I don't like a big, thick book. I like how it can sit right next to me at my computer station at my desk. My hand is always comfortably able to write in it, even near the bottom of the page, because it's not so thick like some daily planners. I also don't need a time schedule in my life right now. When I have appointments, I just write them at the top of the day because those rule my day anyway, but it's not like I'm having appointments all day. And I'm also not going through a phase where I want to time block my day right now. I have done that at different times in the past and it has helped me work on different things. But as of late, as of like the whole last year, notebooks have just been working perfectly for me. I love the versatility. I love that I can use 1 page per day, 2 pages per day, even if I wanted 3 pages per day, you know, if it gets messy and you want to start your list over. And there's absolutely no guidelines on the page. And I love that because as you'll see in all these different places, I've used them in different ways. I also like that you can easily switch notebooks based on mood or season. And it feels like you're getting a new planner, but for a really cheap price. And then you're not wasting anything in the planner because when you want to switch to another notebook, even if you haven't finished that one, you can save it and you can come back to it for your daily list the next time you want to jump back into that notebook. So it's just a very affordable system. So we're going to start on this big stack and we are going to go through it. I am going to start with this is a Becky Higgins simple notebook. Becky Higgins is someone who is in the scrapbooking world. She started the Project Life app, and this is just a little product that she makes on the side. Like she doesn't make any other notebooks or planners. She makes some products for Project Life, but these are small notebooks. They have 60-pound paper. Yes, it is white. It is with very, very light gray lines. And this was my pen testing page, so you can see the dot markers did bleed through. You'll notice in this stack, I don't mind too much if something bleeds through in a daily notebook. I actually love the way a notebook feels when it is completely filled up. I don't mind having a little show through, but you can tell I mark out with a very dark marker. Let me grab it. It is the Erin CONDREN dual tip marker, and I love to use this thick end a lot of times on my daily list because it just makes the whole item seem blacked out so my eye doesn't go to it anymore. It goes to what is left. I know some people use highlighters to highlight out their list of what they've done. Highlighting is the done item. And I would love to be able to do that because it just seems like it looks neater on the page, but my brain just does not work that way. So I highlight things when it's the most important things to get done or like the next things that I want to get done on my list. I cannot highlight when something's done. I have to mark it out. And I generally have been using this. So that's a pretty thick black marker. And then I use highlighter all over. But you can see when you write on both sides of the page, it really doesn't show up that much. I do not generally stick washi tape in my daily planners because I really don't want to bulk up just if I always stick it at the top or always stick it at the bottom. If I do that on every page, it is really going to bulk up kind of an indentation in my book and bother me as I'm writing. So sometimes I will put highlighter at the top or bottom of the day. A few times I put washi tape just in the holiday season. That was pretty much it for just a couple days. Sometimes I will mark the side of a page when I was using these notebooks for my weekly to-do list also, not just my daily list, but I would put my big weekly list in here. Sometimes I would mark the page with a washi to be able to turn back to it, but I usually always stuck a tab in the book too if I had a weekly list going on or something that I wanted to mark there. So this is the Becky Higgins Simple Notebook. It is $8.99 for this notebook. It's 6 by 8. It has 80 lined pages. And like I said, it is 60-pound paper. So it's not super thick paper, but I don't mind that for my daily notebook. It has the rounded corners. It feels so good in hand and super easy to just carry around, lay anywhere, even go in your purse. The covers are a thick cardstock, very thick and durable, and I have had no problems with these notebooks. She does run different covers at different times. Like the covers are a limited run. So this cover is not available anymore. It was actually a tribute to someone who passed away from cancer who inspired us on Instagram. Kim Can Kick It. If you followed her, I mentioned her a lot before she passed. So this was a tribute notebook to her. I definitely had to pick up that one. So she'll do a limited run. Some of her covers are nature covers. Some of her covers are kind of Christian themed to our church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but she has plenty of other covers. So if there's one that is themed and that you don't like, then you can pick up another one. And they only run for a certain amount of time. So that is the Becky Higgins Simple Notebook. Oh, I did not mention this. So as you can see at the bottom of the page is her handwriting saying cultivate a good life and record it, because that is her tagline. So it's very light gray at the bottom of the page there. I personally don't mind it. And I love that her lines are really light gray. But once again, if you're someone who's bleed through or show through bothers you, then this is not super thick paper. It is a smooth paper, not a slick paper, and it does not have any tooth to it. So that is the Becky Higgins Simple Notebook. I think I am on my third one of these, like in the past year. I am not currently using it because I'll show you what I'm currently using right now. But I did move into the third one before I started using something else. So like I said, anytime you just feel like you need a little change, it is so affordable just to change notebooks. I want to go over a notebook that's really similar to the Becky Higgins notebook, and this is from JM Planning Essentials. She actually has this daily planner layout, which is so nice because it's kind of like a blank notebook, but it's divided into 2 columns with to-do list boxes, 3 boxes at the top, and a graph grid at the bottom. But she also makes dot grid notebooks and lined notebooks, and she also makes traveler notebooks. And she makes them all, this is the key to hers, the amazing thing, with really thick 100-pound Mohawk paper. Yes, you heard that right. This paper almost feels like cardstock. It is 100-pound Mohawk paper. It is not slick, but smooth. So it doesn't have a lot of tooth to it, but it takes the pen really well. These are $19. Her notebooks are cheaper, so this daily planner is a little bit more. The notebooks are only $12. They're 90 pages, so to last you for a quarter. And Joanne is a one-woman show. She is an amazing woman that started this company and such a kind soul. And I love supporting small companies like that too. Becky Higgins is also a small company. Here are some of the pages that I've used in hers. You will notice that you do not have the same bleed through or show through, even with my really dark markers on there, because hers is 100-pound Mohawk paper. So definitely check out her shop if you are interested in amazing paper, or if you like to use like notebooks or traveler's notebooks for scrapbooking or memory keeping. She sells those, and with this amazing paper, it is perfect for using for the memory keeping and scrapbookers. Now, something that I have used off and on over the last year and a half for my daily to-do list notebook is my Planner Perfect TNs. So most of you know that I receive the Planner Perfect subscription box each month, and I share my setup here on YouTube. I also have a 20% off code. It's Amanda20, and it is one-time use. So you can use it one time, even if you're already a customer, but you can only use it once. You can save 20% on your entire cart. So you can load up that cart, or you can just use it on a sub box, but it does exclude all her leathers. So it's only on the paper goods. Each month I receive her plan book, and a lot of months I've used it for scripting, I've used it for memory keeping, and I've shared that process on here over the last year and a half and what I use it for each month. Before I started sharing my setup videos on YouTube each month, I would just share it on Instagram, kind of what I was using it for. And I just pulled out 2 months. This one is really recent and this one is older, where I used it for a daily to-do list. And so you get 2 pages per day, except on the weekends, you get 1 page. This is her wide size. It is her biggest size right now that she carries. And these are sewn traveler's notebooks. I would decorate them with the washi tape that came with the box and the stickers, but as you can see, I would just use it for my daily to-do list. And so I would get 2 pages per day, and I did predate this one. So I have used these notebooks off and on when I want to go into something that feels seasonal, or when I'm not using her notebooks for memory keeping or scripting, then a lot of times I love to go into them for my daily list that month. Now, in January, I used it for my daily list, but I did not predate, so I could use more than 2 pages per day, or if I just needed 1 pages per day. So I wasn't locked in because I didn't predate. I also didn't decorate this book. I just decided to leave it clean pages. I mean, I put a little washi in the beginning on a few pages on the bottom. Yeah. But for most of the book, there is no washi or stickers. I just used it for my daily lists all of January. And sometimes it's fun to get a new notebook every month, whether I decorate it so I felt like the theme of the season, or whether I didn't. And I really do like it decorated. It does bring some brightness and light to your day and just fun and whimsy. These notebooks are, here's my notes, 24-pound journaling paper, which equates to only about 60-pound paper, but it feels much thicker than that. This journaling paper has a tooth to it, a definite tooth, and it takes many art mediums well. And you can see on the Planner Perfect fans group on Facebook, I mean, Jenny has watercolored in her books a lot and shared it. Jenny, the creator and founder of Planner Perfect, but many other people do artwork in their books, and it comes out beautifully and the paper handles it beautifully. So she wanted to put paper in here that could handle art mediums, since many people like to do that in their journals. You can also choose, if it's not in the sub box, if you are just picking out her journals, you can choose to have lined dot grid, graph grid paper, so that if you're not a blank page person. And these are her plan books, so they have the weekly layouts in between, but you can get just the plain journals without the plan book or the monthly layout at the beginning. So these can make fun daily list books if you want something seasonal, and it doesn't just have to last 1 month, because you could pick out your books from all her artwork. You know, you could pick an artwork that lasts a season, so that if the month, you know, if you use it for like 2 months, however many pages you use, I believe there's 80 pages in these notebooks, and they are all sewn with a red thread, and they are just a traveler's notebook style. Your cover has a little bit of texture to it, which I love, and always just makes her artwork look that much more amazing. When you pick out your own notebooks or journals, you can decide if you put any print on there, if you want to put the month or the year, or you want to put a quote, or you want to put nothing. That is up to you. So that is all optional on her site. I do love Planner Perfect for that sometimes, to jump into one of these. Now, what I am currently using for my daily list notebook right now, and it's pretty new, is this new Leuchtturm. Now, I've loved Leuchtturm. I've used them a lot in the past. I've used them for all different things, mostly for journals, but I have used them for daily lists before. And I have tried all the different inside pages, dot grid, graph grid, lined, and blank. And I actually have a whole playlist about Leuchtturm, different ways that I've used it, comparing all those inside pages in one video. And I will link up that Leuchtturm playlist down here in the description. So if you want to find out more about Leuchtturm, you want to see all the different page layouts, I will link that playlist. This is new though. This is their new, this is a blank book. I got it blank, with 120 GSM paper, which equates to 80 pound. So normally a Leuchtturm has, let's see what this one is. This is a dot grid that I've used for lots of different things. And normally a Leuchtturm has 80 GSM paper, which equates to 54 pound. So 80 GSM, they just made this new one, I know, to compete with all the different companies like Scribbles That Matter and Archer and Olive that have the thicker paper. So they made 120 GSM. Now, as you can see, they always have cream colored paper. You can see on their 80 GSM though, while you don't have bleed through, because they do make their paper to not bleed through, you have a lot of show through on there, a lot of show through. Here is my pen test page, and you can see with all the dark markers and everything. You either have to not write on the back of the page or be okay with show through. In using these for journals, which I have used a lot, this one's not a journal. This one's just been used for all kinds of testing, for daily lists, for notes. This one's been used for all kinds of things over the years. But when I use it for journaling, I do not mind the writing that shows through. It really doesn't bother me writing on one side of the page and then to the next. It just makes it feel like a very nice, well-worn book. It does bother me a little bit more to have this much bleed through going into a daily list because it does kind of already feel messy in my mind, and I'm already not super neat in my daily list. And so this just kind of makes the page feel crowded before I'm even on the page. Here are what mild liners look like in the 80 GSM paper. Now, if you go to the 120 GSM, the paper feels almost slick. So I do have to say that. It's probably as smooth as plum paper. So I was surprised by that because their 80 GSM paper is not like that. Their 80 GSM paper feels just like a normal paper to me. But I guess to make it thicker, it's a smooth paper in the 80 GSM. No tooth to it, but it is not slick at all. But this paper feels more slick to me. And I was worried about that when I first got it. Well, not really worried because I bought it to test out. But I've actually enjoyed it. I've been using the Sarasa Dry pen or the Pentel Energel. I really haven't had issues on the paper here. I've been using it for, let's see, today is the 13th. And so it looks like I started in here on February 2nd. So for a couple weeks, for like 2 weeks, I've been using it. And I really like it. I like the paper. I would definitely choose it over the 80 GSM for my daily list notebook. Now, if I was just journaling, I don't mind having this paper at all. You get a few more pages in this book. So this book goes up to 249 pages, but because this paper is thicker, you're going to get less pages. You get 203 pages. This one also costs a little bit more. It's $25 versus $20 for your normal Leuchtturm. And here is a pen test on the 120 GSM 80-pound paper, so you can see how the show through is really, there's a big difference between those two pages. So I am very happy with this one, and if I was buying a new one for my daily lists again, I would definitely get the 120 GSM. I love the blank pages. I guess Planner Perfect has really turned me on to blank pages. I love how all the pages are numbered with really light gray numbers, and how you have an index up front so you can easily record where something is and come back and find it. I love how all Leuchtturms come with a great pocket, an accordion pocket, a band, and they come with labels for the side of your book for when you want to archive them when you're done. And it's also a label for the front of your book to archive it. I love this color in the 120 GSM. It's like a seafoam green. It's just beautiful. The ribbons are perfection to me. They are grosgrain ribbons. They are the perfect length to pull to the end and have plenty of room. And they always coordinate with their books. And like I said, this one's $25. This one's $20 and come in so many different colors on Amazon. This is just a Kit Girl sticker that I added on there years ago. But each one, you can see how it kind of bulks up if you tape things in your book and you get a lot of writing. But it still just shuts well and just feels so good in hand, like an old friend. So right now I am using this one for my daily list, and I don't know how long I will be in here before I switch to something else. But right now I'm really happy in here. I'm not missing my Becky Higgins. I am kind of loving having on some busy days, you know, the 2-page spread, and it's an A5. So it's even bigger than the Planner Perfect wide books. And I can have 2 pages right in front of me. If it's not that busy, then I can easily see like yesterday here to kind of rework today's list. I'm really enjoying it right now. So we will see how long I stay in it. I will keep you guys updated with my quarterly planning updates here on YouTube. I give a planning update of how it's going in all my planners and journals at the end of every single quarter. And I put those all in their own playlist for each year. So they're divided by year. So Leuchtturm has always been a favorite of mine. Right now, I'm using one for my scripture journal, which I have been for years. I'm using one for my spiritual journal, which I have been for years also. And this was just a random list book. I'm using one for my life book, which I have a whole video here up on YouTube, also under my Leuchtturm playlist about what that is. So I think I'm using like three in my life right now. Those are three things I don't write in daily, but they are used in my life. I really love Leuchtturms, and I love that they have now come out with this 120 GSM paper. They are on Amazon. I will have the link down here. I will have my Amazon Associates link, and they will also be linked in my Amazon store always under my planner favorites. All right, before we get into other coiled options, we're gonna go through the rest of the bound options that I have. We're gonna go a little bit faster through these, but these are all great bound options, just not ones that I have stayed in for any extensive amount of time, except for the Erin CONDREN SOFTBOUND notebook. And then I have a couple coiled options, and then that will wrap us up. So let's go through the rest of these bound options since we just did the bound Leuchtturm. We have Stalogy. Stalogy would make a great daily notebook, bullet journal notebook for anyone. These are just some of the new washi tapes I put down in here from the washitapeshop.com. I shared an unboxing of a box they sent me in an IGTV recently on Instagram, and I always have a 10% off code to the washitapeshop.com. It's Amanda10. It's 10% off every single order. It is a great shop with beautiful washi tape that I feel is very reasonably priced. But let's get into the Stalogy notebook. If you don't know what Stalogy is, they sell them for 365-day notebooks, or I think they actually have like 368 pages, but your pages are not numbered, so that it's a page a day and will last you a year. They also sell half-year notebooks. This is the B6. I have been using the A5 for a year for my prayer journal, and so I didn't bring that one in here, but the A5 has a little bit tinier of a graph grid. I cannot remember the difference, but it should be listed on there with them. But they have 52 GSM paper, really similar to the paper in Hobonichi, but I don't know that it's the Tomo River paper. I don't know. I kind of looked up a little bit, but didn't find anything confirming that before this video. To me, this paper feels thicker. That's why I think it's not the Tomo River paper like in Hobonichi. I prefer this paper so much more than the Hobonichi paper. It's thicker. It's definitely not quite as Bible-like feeling. Although it still is thin, and that's why you can fit a whole year in a very compact, lightweight notebook. Here's just one day I did a daily list for myself way back when to just feel what it felt like, even though I was using this as, I called it my book of days, and I was using it for anything I wanted. Journaling, putting in pictures, writing about the day, writing scripture, writing motivation, whatever I wanted. And I only used up about half the notebook. And then I stuck some stickers that people sent me for a little gift. It was so sweet, and I just wanted to always have them in here at one place to remember it, and I loved them. And then I started doing kind of a spread for each month of the year this year, just in 2022, with my Planner Perfect stickers and washi and kind of things that happened that month. We'll see if I keep that up. I just wrote February, and I haven't written it in there. Again, another gift from a friend in here. So sweet, and I wanted to be able to keep those and remember them together. So who knows what I'll use the rest of the book for, but that is what I have used this one for, and I've really enjoyed Stalogy. It is white paper. I like the B6 grid better because it is bigger. For my handwriting, it works better. You do have a timetable here, but it is so light. You guys, I can't even read it without reading glasses. Oh dear. Okay, it looks like it starts at 7. And goes to 23. Okay, so is that like a whole day, 24? Is there a 24-hour schedule on there? And you can circle up here the day of the month that you're on or the month that you're in, but it is once again so tiny that anyone with old eyesight cannot see it. I like that it's light and tiny so you can kind of ignore it. I would prefer that not to be there, to be a clean page. I don't really mind the timetable, but to even be more of a clean page. You do not have numbered pages in here. You do not have an index. But I think it has 368 pages. So if you wanted to make an index and still have a page per day, you could. I love that thought that you could do a page per day of something, of journaling, of gratitudes, of whatever you want. Now, since it is only 52 GSM, you can see on my pen test that, yes, you have lots of show through, but it is bleed resistant paper. So you really do not have bleed through, even with the thicker markers and the mild liners, but you have to be okay with show through. But it's just one of those things that feels like a very, very well-worn notebook. And as you can see, once both sides of your page are written on, the show through doesn't really look bad at all. It doesn't look like something else is coming through. So it's really only when you haven't written on the other side of the page. And like I said, with journaling, that really does not bother me at all. That is Stalogy. They have different sizes. Like I said, they have a full year or half year. They're all on Amazon. I will link them down below. They're also in my Amazon store. Each year they come out with some special colored covers for that year. I think they have just released their A5 special covers for this year, but they're not on Amazon yet. This is a product made in Japan. And so I think it's only released in Japan so far. But in my A5 book from last year, I did get a light blue cover, which I really liked, having something other than black. So Stalogy is a magical little book. It's just really fun, affordable. Let's see, I think I wrote the price in here. Like the B6 is $18, the A5 is $19. And yes, those Easter eggs are Easter egg stickers that came from the washi-tape-shop.com. They sell, a lot of their stickers come on washi tape form. So they come on a tape where it looks like a tape, but they're actually stickers. So that is really fun. I did say we were going to move more quickly through these next ones, right? Let's see if I could do that for you. These are the Erin Condren SOFTBOUND notebooks. I have used these over the past several years for so many different purposes. I mean, just for a list book I needed to grab or keep by my bed to brain dump, but I've also used them for journals or for my daily list. So this whole one was basically used for my daily list for quite a while. I used up more than half the notebook. Some days I was doing my little marks with my mild liners to do my tick offs, and I really like that. But some days I didn't. And this paper is your same 80-pound paper from Erin Condren, but it does not have the tooth that is in your life planner. So it feels like a soft-bound life planner if you have that. It is thick. It is 80-pound Mohawk paper, but you know your coiled life planner that paper has some tooth to it. This paper does not. This is a smooth paper, but not slick at all. These little soft-bound notebooks lay very flat once you just give them a little massage. They are made with the spine to lay very flat. They come with one ribbon bookmarker that's not long enough to pull to the edge, but that's okay. I stuck on a pen holder on this one while I was using it. These make great daily lists. They also sell them in dot grid. They also sell them in blank now. And I know the blank don't come with the little flags. I can't remember if the dot grid does, but these are so affordable. They're $16. They're 5x8. They come with 124 pages. Super affordable and really nice paper to write on for a daily list notebook, and just a little bit smaller than A5. So if you want to see a comparison, it is the same height as an A5, but you're losing about a half an inch there on the side, if you can see. So that is the Erin Condren SOFTBOUND notebook. I do have a $10 off to Erin Condren if it is your first purchase from Erin Condren. That link is down in the description. You go there and give them your email. And if you have not given them your email before and it's your first time purchase, they will send you a $10 off coupon. I also have an affiliate link for Erin Condren. I'm an affiliate. If you are shopping through Erin Condren and my videos have helped you, I would be so grateful if you would go to their website through my affiliate link when you purchase. That gives me credit for your sale. I also make a small percentage of your sale, and that is one of the big ways I keep my channel going. So I am really grateful when you go the extra mile and that extra step every time you shop at Erin Condren to use my affiliate link. You can also bookmark my affiliate link so that it's just there on your computer every time you shop. Thank you so much for supporting my channel that way. Our next one is Archer and Olive. Archer and Olive makes luxury journals. I was going to say planners. They do sell some planners, but very few. So mainly luxury journals in different sizes. They are not all A5 size. And this one is coated in linen, but now they do have vegan leather covers, which I have not tried from them. But I think I would prefer that because while I love the feel of their linen cover in hand, mine has gotten kind of dirty and I haven't even used it that much. And it does tend to pick up lint, or if you had a dog or a cat, I imagine it would pick up their hair. And depending on if you get a dark color, you know, a light color might not show it as much. So while I love the way the linen feels on it, I think I would pick a vegan leather cover if you are someone who's concerned about it always looking neat and clean. So that's just a tip there. I do have a code one-time use to Archer and Olive. It is FAVE10 for 10% off. So just one-time use. It doesn't have to be your first purchase. FAVE10, FAV10. And All my codes and affiliate links are down in the description. Here is my pen test page in Archer and Olive. Archer and Olive has, where is their paperweight? I am not sure how I didn't get their paperweight written down on here, but I am almost positive that their paperweight is, I think, 160 GSM. I will check that and I will put that here in the video. Of course, it's, oh, there it is. I found it. It's all over their website. This journal was $30 when I bought it a couple years ago. I think the prices may have gone up a tiny bit, like it might be like $32 right now. It has 160 pages. They are not numbered. They are crisp white paper. That the only thing you can see through is a Sharpie marker, the big, thick Sharpie marker, which I would not recommend writing in, but I wanted to do that test because this paper was so thick at 160 GSM that it can actually take a Sharpie marker. They have dot grid, they have plain, they have blackout notebooks, you know, black paper. I got one of those for my younger son, and with really, you know, all the fun pens that show up on the blackout paper. That's really fun. They have craft paper. So they have all different options for the artistic side of you. They have 2 ribbon bookmarkers that are satin and they barely reach the edge. But your book lays flat really well, so well. Your book just, oh, it's made so well to lay flat. The owner of this company is a beautiful soul who advocates a lot for mental health. I really appreciate that. I love supporting companies like that. And she has also done lots of things to try to support people who can't afford products, offering different sales and things like that. And just a really, really good person. You get a pocket, you get an elastic band, and you get a really nice pen holder that comes on your book. So that is Archer and Olive. If you're someone who likes thicker paper and bright white paper, then this might be for you. Something else with that same 160 GSM thicker paper, just like Archer and Olive, is Scribbles That Matter. Although it is just around the same price, it is about $30. It is on Amazon, except Scribbles That Matter has numbered pages, but they are also bright white. They're 160 GSM, and it's about $30 on Amazon, and will be linked down below and in my Amazon store. This one comes with 157 pages, and once again, it takes all the pen just as well as Scribbles That Matter because it is the same weight of paper. The paper feels very similar to me. Like I can barely tell a difference in the paper between Scribbles That Matter and Archer and Olive. Scribbles That Matter, they do also make 120 GSM. This one is 160 though. So they do make one that is a little bit less less paperweight at 120 GSM, which is 80 pound, but they give you more pages. So you get about 18 more pages. You get 215 pages. This one is 157 pages. It comes with a index also. Lots of different covers to choose from with Scribbles That Matter, and just a really nice journal or daily notebook, just like Archer and Olive. So that is a really good option out there. It comes with a pen holder also, and a band, and a nice pocket. So those are very similar books, but one is a big company, one is a smaller woman-owned company. So I always love to support those. Then we have the newer, it's kind of newer as in came out recently, Passion Planner Journal. So you guys know I'm a big fan of Passion Planner. So I wanted to order this with my referral points and give it a try. It comes with 2 ribbon bookmarks that are in that lime green color that all Passion Planner bookmarks are in because of that's the Kickstarter color and that's how they got started. I do appreciate that they put 2 bookmarks in here because they don't even put 2 bookmarks in their planner, which I think they should, and they are long enough. So this is their blank page journal, but they actually offer a lot of different options in their journals. They offer blank, dot grid, lined, and graph. They offer it in 3 sizes. This is the small, which is the A5 size. So it's the same sizes as their planners. Small, medium, and large, but the small is the A5 size. This one is $25. The medium is $30. The large is $35. And it has the same 120 GSM paper that their planners have, which equates to 80 pound. It's a smooth paper, but not slick, but very smooth. I mean, almost bordering on the slick, but not as slick as plum paper. And so it does not have that tooth to it. All your pages are numbered in here, which I do appreciate when pages are numbered, and just completely blank. I worked in here for a while because I wanted to see how it felt, for this video. So I worked in here for several days for my daily list, at least a week, I think. And I will say this is what I didn't like. Out of all the bound books, this cover does not stay down. Once you get to the middle, I know it will stay down and it lays flat. It lays flat very well. But the cover at the beginning and the end, just I guess the vegan leather they've used and whatever's used on the cover, it's not a hard cover. It's kind of bendable even though it's very thick. And so it does not stay down, which does kind of bother me. You know, in the beginning, if you're in the very beginning pages and you're trying to work daily. I did stick a big magnet clip on here and that helped it to stay open and stay down. But I did want to let you guys know about that. So out of all these bound books, I'm looking back at them to make sure. This is the only cover that did this. FYI on that. But they do offer a lot of different options and sizes and pages and for a really good price. So I definitely wanted to mention it. You do have an index at the beginning, just one page though. You have your nameplate page, you have your pocket and your band once again, and that is your Passion Planner journal. I do have a $5 off if it is your first Passion Planner purchase above a certain amount. I can't remember what that amount is. I think it's like $25. All that information and the link to that coupon is down here in my description. All right, our last 3 notebooks are Coiled. It's from Erin CONDREN, and then just a Target notebook. So let's look at these. Erin CONDREN notebooks have long been one of my favorite notebooks. If you have been a part of my channel or my Instagram for any amount of time, then you know that I have used her notebooks for all different kinds of things. This one I used for a daily list for quite a while, so I will just flip through it while I'm talking. This is a lined one, but you can get her notebooks in dot grid. You can get them in graph grid. You can get them blank. And every single page is perforated. Her notebooks are only $16 if you do not upgrade to a colored coil. So her normal base coil is a silver coil. And I think for getting 80-pound paper and a custom cover, as long as you don't get metallic on your cover, it stays at that $16. This one I did upgrade to rose gold, so it would have been more. But this cover has no metallic. And you can switch out your covers, of course, with Erin CONDREN. I think in the realm of coiled notebooks, you cannot get a better coiled notebook or bargain than Erin CONDREN. So you can buy her little bookmarks to mark places in here. They pop in and out. So I love these little snap-in bookmarks. It's just such a good notebook for the price. I can't say enough about it. Let's go to the back where the pen test is. Here's just a lot of pen testing, a lot of her sticky notes and stuff I was using for videos. And her new A5 version now just came out with all the same options. You can choose lined. Oh yeah, productivity, which is another layout of hers. Dot grid, graph grid. They also come in big 8.5 by 11 sizes. Every size, every option with these. And the amazing 80-pound paper that is in your life planner with that tooth to it that so many people love, like I do. Now we have the A5 version option also. And I have not had a chance to really use these a lot because they just came out. But I have used the 7x9 option a lot. Here is your pen test. Oh, and I did the pen test on a page that had that at the back. So not sure what I was thinking, but let's see. It looks like I did something else here. Yes. So here is a pen test. You can see how it shows on the 80-pound paper. I mean, you have a little bit of show through, but no bleed through and really not much. It's nothing that bothers me when I am working and writing in the notebook. You can see throughout here, like this page has writing all over it. And while you can see that there's a lot of writing, I mean, look at that. How many black pens and how many scratch outs. And it's really not coming through badly at all. So I love these Erin CONDREN notebooks. They're a favorite. They will always be a favorite for so many things. Both of my boys use these too. My oldest son, Pierce, who's on his mission now, used this through his last 2 years of high school at homeschooling at home. Once he started homeschooling, he made his own bullet journal out of them with his daily schedule and journaling every night. And we actually have a whole video here on my channel about that. He did a video with me to share those with us. And I will link that video down here in the description. So he has a great love of these notebooks too. I don't know if he'll jump back into them or something different for his daily bullet journaling when he comes back from his mission, but we will see. But he did use them for like 2 years straight of homeschooling. So that's a fun video. I will link down below. And my youngest son uses these for homeschool and just drawing in and lists and whatnot all the time. They are our favorite notebooks. We are spoiled by them now. And then I just wanted to share that Target always has a lot of great notebook options. I usually pick up my grocery shopping notebook at Target because I love this size. And I don't mind that their paper isn't so amazing, but I do always like to look inside and see what color paper it is, what kind of lines, because they have all different kinds. And these have been my grocery notebooks for years. And I actually shared one all filled up in an IGTV on Instagram a couple months ago. But this was a new one that I picked up just to have on the shelf, because when I see a paper that I like and a cover that I like there, then I just go ahead and pick it up, because they don't always have like the paper that I like or the cover that I like in stock when I need one. And so this is just one I have sitting in my shelf. This is the Green Room brand. I can't always find like my favorite one, but they are a great place to look for notebooks. And this would make an amazing daily notebook also. They're usually, this one was probably around $10. I cannot remember because I picked it up quite a while ago. All right, guys, thanks for sticking here with me. I value your time and I'm really grateful for you spending your time with me. I would love to hear if you use a daily planner or do a daily list and what you use for that. I'd love to hear what daily planner you use or what kind of notebook you use for a daily list. Or if you don't use a daily list at all and you keep everything just in your weekly planner. I definitely cannot do that. You've seen how much I write every single day in these notebooks. I love to have a full page per day or smaller pages, even 2 pages per day. And so I pull that from my weekly planner, but I definitely like to have somewhere to take notes during the day and build my list. And usually I didn't even talk about this, but I almost always start with a top 3 for the day of my list. And then I kind of divide into categories. And that is my general rule of thumb. It doesn't always happen exactly like that. It changes by season. But that's what I love about a notebook, is that I can completely change it up. And usually when I have an appointment, it goes up in my top 3 because it's definitely one of my top 3 things of the day and takes time. So even when I don't number them top 3, they're up there at the top. And you can see this day, I only used a half page for the day. And there's my appointments. Some days, you know, I experimented with doing different things. This was like a weekly list here for me to work off of. And then going into my daily list. That's why I love a notebook. It's just so versatile. It's open. You can experiment with so many different things. Let me know all your thoughts down below and what you are using. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.